All right, 12:03 on the oil stream. Let's start the oil stream with this text. Just came into my phone from my buddy Rob. It says, I use Fans First for the first time. It's awesome. Love to see it.
Yes.
Love to see it.
Can I add to this?
Yes, you can.
Piss Jug.
Piss Jug. Old PJ.
Old PJ was in town, came in from Stooner, and he used Fan First to get in the building last night.
Excellent.
He said he saved about $150 using it.
Yeah.
On
like
fees and everything.
We're not messing around with you.
Yeah.
Like fansfirst.ca is the most affordable way to get your tickets to an Oilers game.
Yep.
It's not even close. Fansfirst.ca, buying or selling, whatever. Fansfirst.ca, buy fans for fans, no fees, save money, go to the game.
Old Piss Jug.
Yeah, the little PJ was in town.
He was. He came by and said hi at Ice House. It was very good to see him.
Oh, excellent.
What a lovely evening it was yesterday.
Did you have a good time
I had a great
Ice
time.
House? Yeah?
Yes, absolutely. And then we went and myself, Jerry Montajong from NHL.com/postmedia and DVD, we went up and had a beer on the rooftop patio, and it was beautiful.
At Ice House.
Oh,
yeah. Tim and I had dinner there before Bush. But it was a little windy that day. But if it's beautiful weather,
was gorgeous.
It's tough to top that patio,
Oh my God. Can I just say another thing too? Like Moss Pit was going strong. You saw it on TV. They had it all cleared out and clean by like 6:30.
Really?
7. Yeah. They did a great job.
Holy smokes. They're not moving that around. They're not wasting time.
No, and it was appreciated because you know why? The weirdos that do the dancing in the middle of the plaza were back. They had their spot.
Oh, is there people that just dance?
Oh, yeah. There's some strange people over there.
Okay, now, do you think like strange people or just people who like to dance in public?
Oh, no, they're strange people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Right.
I call them neighbors.
Yeah,
they're my neighbors.
Do they live in your building?
They do not, thankfully. But they're unique individuals. And some of them like to dance for hours on end, listening to the outside speakers. Sometimes they go skateboarding. Sometimes people are rollerblading. Sometimes people are charging their mobile devices, but they had their spot by about 7:30, which was impressive. So good job to everybody yesterday. Today's great. Yesterday was fantastic as well.
Jesus, check this out. My buddy who said it was awesome. He saved $150. Why does my phone keep typing what I'm saying?
Is it on dictate mode?
Oh, yeah. I guess. I didn't know you could do that.
You can do that.
That's pretty
crazy
cool.
what they can do, right?
Yeah. Anyway, he says he
Technology.
saved $150 a ticket
Per ticket.
compared to Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
He saved $150 per ticket compared to Ticketmaster. If you are not riding with our partners at Fans First yet, you are missing out.
PJ was talking about that yesterday. I said, how much did you pay to get in today? He goes, about $400. And I was like, where were your seats? Like upper deck, like bad seat, like
it was the lower bowl
in?
for $400.
He was first row, second bowl.
Okay.
Or top
second
bowl.
level, yeah.
But he's like aisle, and he goes, yeah, if I went on any other Ticketmaster or whatever, he's like, probably saved about $100, $150.
All right. Well, there you go. Fansfirst.ca. The oil stream, as always, brought to you by Boston Pizza, specifically the playoff menu at Boston Pizza, because it is absolutely delicious.
Yes.
You hit up any of the Boston pizzas, and you are going to have the best meal of your entire life.
That poutine is amazing. I like how you grilled Tony last week.
Yeah.
You're like, what are we doing with that poutine? And he kind of smiled at you. I don't know.
I was trying to find out. There's no way they can take that poutine off the menu. It has to be
very good.
And he said, he looked at it. What did he say? He goes, I know what's happening, but I can't tell you if it's staying or going.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be staying because it's bloody ridiculous.
It is really good. So good that I ate all of it one time when I promised you half of it.
See, that's all. We've already very detached, so it's good. It's nice to hear you admit it now. Andrew, the accountant, says, I bought tickets to Game 4 on Fans First and saved almost $200.
And that's a money
compared
guy.
to StubHub and Ticketmaster.
That's a money guy.
Yeah, the accountant. He's probably, what do they call it?
Frugal.
Frugal. I was going to say, is it thrifty? No. There's another word for being good with your money.
Efficient?
Frugal. Maybe it was frugal. Anyway, we're not making that stuff up.
No, it's true.
All right. So I was listening. So did Cass pop? Cass was on like a date night or what?
He was on a date.
I'm driving home from. We were driving home from Marshall's hockey, and I'm listening to the post game on iHeart. And I'm like, "Oh, Cass was on. That's weird. I thought they had Gager with it." And then I heard Gager. I was like, "What's going on?" And then so Cass was at Ice House.
Yeah, him
on a
and
date
Mandy
with his lovely lady.
They were very cute.
Oh, that's
They were
nice.
wearing matching T-shirts.
What?
Yeah.
What type of T-shirt?
Well, I think Mandy had like a McDavid blue.
Okay,
Oilers
so they're
t-shirt,
just wearing
and then
Oilers shirt.
Cass had the Hyman, which I respect. Hyman's got the best number. 18 is my favorite number. They were a couple of cuties, and Mandy put up a thing of her like waving the towel at the game, smacking Cass in the face, and he's just like, "Stop."
That's what my son was doing to me.
That's what Mandy did to Cass. Anyway, so they came by. I think they came for a quick bite to eat and maybe a beverage, and they came and said hi. I'm like, "Do you want to just like come on for a couple minutes?" So we're lucky. We had Gager, who's excellent. He was here with Nanso for the entire pre and post game, and then we got Cass and Reed stopped by, and Reed was in a good mood.
Just an extravaganza there on the post game show.
That's a good way to describe it. It was very pleasant. It was quite enjoyable. We had a good viewership. I think the listenership was probably equally as strong, if not stronger, like it generally is. And we had a nice little Sunday. We had ourselves a day.
How could fans not be pumped after that one?
Man, that was a very thorough win. That was a very thorough win. And I think I said to you before we went on the air here for this show, to have Huss explain his point of view. This is an outsider's point of view.
Yeah.
After the team he covers day to day got eliminated by the Dallas Stars, I'd say efficiently, to have him explain what he's seeing from the Oilers to Oilers fans, majority of our listeners are Oilers fans, I think is not necessary, but I think it helps, solidify belief, if you will. Because there's always going to be those that have doubt. And I think that's natural instinct considering how bad this team generally has been for 25 plus years. But if a guy like Huss is looking at it going, man, that team you guys have over there is just destroying the Dallas Stars. Yeah. I think it adds some clout to, things we say. I mean, people will take us with a grain of salt, and that's fine. But the way Huss explained it, I thought was something that would resonate the way he explained it.
Spency 5 cents, he says, it should be a law that you have to cancel kids' sporting events during Oilers playoff games. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah. So Marshall had a game yesterday, which I thought was at 4.
Oh.
But it was actually at 3. And we're sitting there downstairs watching the second period. And Tammy comes running downstairs and is like, it was 2:46.
Oh.
And she's like, Marshall's game is at 3. Coach Colin just said he's coming in hot. And then I was like, what? So luckily his game is at the River Cree.
Okay.
And I live 3 minutes from the creek. We hadn't packed up his bag. He hadn't got on his underarm. So we scramble as quickly as we can, get his bag ready. He's getting ready. We're about to leave the house around 2:50. And that's right when Dallas scored. So I'm trying to run out of the house. I'm open the door. I'm about to leave. And then Tammy goes, Dallas scored. So I run back in. I watch that goal. Then Marshall and I get in. We get over to the River Cree. I went fast. We were there by about 2:54. Got him on the ice.
Nicely done.
He before puck drop. We turned it around.
Wow.
Quick.
Yeah, but you guys are, like you said, you're right there.
But so I dropped him off at there's so much construction going on there. There are partners over at River Cree with the River Cree Afternoon Inbox. Mm-hmm. They're building. It's crazy what's going on there right now.
Yes.
So I pull up, I drop him off so he can run in. I whip around to find a parking spot. I get out of the truck. I start running towards the rink as well. And some guy I know is coming back the other way, and he goes, McDavid scored. I said, I know. He goes, no, another one. I was like, damn it, I'm missing this. And then I settled in and watched the third period on my phone while they were playing hockey. Mm-hmm. And it pissed me off because I was streaming it on TELUS TV on my phone. One lady 3 down on our team had it on her phone. She was ahead of me. The guy sitting right next to me was ahead of me. And then we were at that River Cree rink that you could see the lounge. And the lounge was way ahead of us.
Good setup.
Because as soon as the Oilers would score, all these lights would start going off. And we're like, it scored. So I watched the entire third period on my phone, but it was ruined by people around me whose phones stream quicker than TELUS TV. So, yes.
Not surprising.
Cancel kids' events when there's games. I guess that's what I'm fully supporting there of Spency 5 centsy.
Somebody think of the children. No, not in this instance, please and thank you.
It was. I mean, where do you want to start from this game? Like what's the biggest story for the Oilers coming out of Game 3? What should have been the headline outside of Oilers win, take 2-1 series lead?
Yeah. It's not the sexiest element of this, but it is the way in which they're winning. Like, they're very thorough. I think it was a mature win yesterday afternoon, pardon me. I think Dallas, and Reed talked about it on Reed's Read on the postgame show. He's like, Dallas was the better team in the second period, and they pushed, and Edmonton held the fort, and then that Dagger McDavid goal happened, and you know, that was kind of the end of it. I'm very impressed with how this team continues to show us signs of maturity that we, as a whole, collectively, have been waiting for. It's impressive. It really is. I think the Connor Brown injury, curious about that. Calvin Pickard skating, hoping to back up tomorrow. That's another thing we'll talk about. No, I don't think Matias Ekholm's coming back. Not that I don't want him to. Yeah,
but there's no reason to bring it. There's no reason to bring him back. Right?
Correct.
They're up 2-1, and Nurse and Stetcher have been great.
Yeah, I think to me, I said it on the Hangout, and I'll stand by it. To me, it's almost like what the Panthers are doing to the Canes, but like the diet version. You know what I mean?
Yeah, except I think Dallas is better than Carolina.
So do I. I think Dallas will have a pushback.
Yeah.
But I think Edmonton is showing that they have an answer to wrinkles Dallas might throw at the Oilers. And I didn't want to go this far, but I'm getting flashbacks to 2022 Edmonton versus Colorado conference final when Edmonton and Jay Woodcroft would try different things each game to try to penetrate the Avs and find a way in, and it didn't work.
And that's what Dallas is doing. That's what you think. That's what Dallas is.
I'm starting to think that is the case. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. People might disagree, and that's fine. But I was getting that inkling yesterday. I didn't want to put it at Joaquin just yet because I don't necessarily completely believe that. But watching this unfold the way it has gives me reflections of that series. But it's Edmonton being the better team now instead of Edmonton trying to make things happen, if that makes sense.
If you are watching over on YouTube, 56 likes away from hitting 100. So hammer the thumbs up for us over there. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, please send the link to EST to your friends so they can hop in on all of this Oilers fun right now as well. And we'll get to some of your text messages. Derek from the Hat. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead with Derek.
Okay.
Yep.
Derek from the Hat says the Stars are on the mat. Game 4 mentally is don't let them off the mat.
Yeah.
The Oilers have found ways in the past to not put feet on throats. Now's the time. Don't give them an inch.
I like what Derek said. That's a good analogy about that. Yes.
But
I agree with
they're
Derek.
in that game 4-7 zone now, though.
And that's where
Stuart Skinner is just going to get better. The Oilers are, I mean, what was their numbers in clinching games? I know this isn't a clinching game, but they might as well approach this as a clinching game. Wasn't like 10-2 or something, 11-2 now or something.
I'm remembering that correctly.
So I mean, this is a big one for them on that aspect of it.
Statue Boss Productions also says via Nasty Chat, based on post-game interviews, it looks like DeBoer has no answers, and then Statue Boss Productions adds, he looks and sounds rattled. And so maybe that is kind of along the lines of my inkling towards, feels like when the Oilers didn't have an answer for Colorado, and Colorado seemed to have a solution to every little thing Edmonton at that time in 2022 put at them, game in, game out.
780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. We'll get to your Popeyes headlines. We will dive into the numbers game as well. But a little bit of time here still off the top of the show for your thoughts, concerns, comments, questions. 780-218-9999 or on that YouTube chat. Rob Rawlington over there says, is there any concern that the Stars can replicate the second period for a full game? If they get that and goaltending, it is very much a series.
That's a fair statement. Is there a concern? I suppose the right answer is yeah. There should be a concern. And then the response would be make sure it doesn't happen. And if it does, snuff it out. And that's what the Oilers have been good at doing. I don't think that will happen based off of everything. If it does happen, Dusty, I think it's Edmonton getting ahead of itself and allowing
it's not happening.
Dallas to do it.
This team's different, man.
It does feel different.
They are. It's just, I said it after game one. This is their series. It was over, in my opinion, then. And it's over now. Like, there's
you were very strong in your statements on Friday.
But I'm talking after game one. I said it was over.
Well, you did make a statement that was very strong that resonated with me as I was listening. You said Edmonton's leading this series 0-1.
Yeah. They felt like they were. They were
got it. I was like,
so much better and then fell apart for 6 minutes. Like, I loved them after game one. I love them now. I hammered the plus 165 for a series win on 2 different levels. So financially, I'm invested in this now.
I have a I put some money on them
to win the series when they were down.
December. Yeah. No, I put money on them to go all the way, like in December. Jay got me on that. That son of a bitch.
Yeah. So Dallas doesn't have an answer. And they did it for a period.
Yep.
Oilers got Skinner, and we'll get to Skinner, but he was great in that period. And then the Oilers still broke their back with a McDavid goal late in the period, and then just took care of business in the third period and put it away. Like, the Edmonton Oilers have been the better team in what would we say? Minimum 7 of the 9 periods.
I gave them 8 of 9, and I think that was a bit too much. So 7.
I think 7. Like, I think you can say period 2 of game 3, Dallas was the better team.
Yes.
And period 3 of game 1, you kind of have to give it to them because of what happened.
Edmonton had a 5-minute, 26-second stretch that was awful.
The Oilers have been the better team in 7 of 9 periods. Dallas's blue line will not beat the Edmonton Oilers. Thomas Harley doesn't look like the Thomas Harley who was on Team Canada.
No, he doesn't.
Heiskanen's coming back off injury, has never been able to contain Connor McDavid anyway. I like Esa Lindell, but he was -2 last night. Cody Ceci can't be playing 25 minutes a night. And the other guys they have on the blue line are all non-factors.
Bichel and Petch had tough nights.
Yeah.
Even though Bichel rocked a couple of guys.
Yeah, but he's still, they'll take him on the ice all the time if they can.
Yeah, put him up there, sure.
That's like somebody said, don't suspend Petrovic because he's awful out there compared to what the Edmonton Oilers are bringing to the table.
I love him. I know his family.
It's good news for the Oilers when he's on there. Oilers, it is. So, I said this morning, I think this series is over because Dallas is not beating Edmonton in 3 of the next 4 games.
I think it's the first.
Maybe it even goes 7. Maybe it goes 6. I picked them in 5. It's trending towards a 5-game series, I think. Dallas is not a team that can beat the Edmonton Oilers in a series. They aren't. Now, Florida could be a different beast.
Yes.
And if they get there, we will discuss it when we get there. But Florida, you should be concerned about Florida. And Florida fans should be concerned about Edmonton. Like, that could be another all-time series. But Dallas, with that blue line, is not beating Edmonton 3 of the next 4 games.
And now their depth
I just don't see a world where that happens.
Yeah, their depth at forward is also kind of crumbling a bit too. Yeah, it's kind of weird to be this positive. I'm not gonna lie, it's lovely.
But they've done that. Like, they deserve the positivity. It's
selfishly,
they look great.
I would like to see you and Eric do a gentleman's sweep show again.
Yes.
You guys were silly bitches.
That was like our record-setting show for views and likes, and we will run that. This time we'd get it on a Friday. We didn't even get it on a Friday last time.
I know.
So I mean, not everything is perfect. Maybe the Stars, but even I think you guys might have talked about in the hangout today, or maybe somewhere else. But like, even if the Stars were to win Game 4, there's no panic with this Oilers group. Oh no, they've got home ice back. They're going back to Dallas in Game 5. The Dallas Stars blue line cannot contain the Edmonton Oilers forward group. And that's the end of I think that's the defining factor. To me, it's not even fair to hang it all on Ottinger, which Trev said Dallas fans certainly are online and on their post-game chats.
Oh, funny.
Which I get it. It's a goalie. It's, we see it here sometimes too.
No, really?
But I don't know. I can't hang a ton of that on Ottinger. I don't think that's fair either. So they've got some guys who shouldn't be on a championship caliber blue line, and because of that, Dallas isn't going to be a championship caliber team.
I described that goal that McDavid scored with 18.8 seconds left in the second as a goal that usually we are breaking down that the Oilers allow. Last minute.
Yeah, that's a good point, Tom.
2 guys blowing the zone, letting an opposition player walk in and have a great look at your goalie. It's in the back of the net. And I was just like, wow, Dallas just pulled an Edmonton with the way, like, I think Reed said it. Like, McDavid looked startled that he had all that room to go in and have a shot. And he sniped it. That was a very Edmonton regular season goal against Dallas that the Oilers would allow against them.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that.
Great period. And then that happens.
Dagger.
Yeah.
Nice to see. Nice to see them on the other side of that for once.
All right. Keep those text messages rolling in. 780-218-9999. I want to tie the Zach Hyman's game into the numbers game because I had a few nasties that were looking it up for me during the lock shop, but we're pretty sure Zach Hyman is the first player in NHL playoff history to have a game with 2 goals, 3 points, +5, 10 hits. And I think we can pretty much confirm that because somebody said only 2 other players have been +5 in a playoff game ever.
Who?
And, you have to go back quite a ways. It was in the other chat. 88? Okay. But have you got to the bottom of it, though? Jay's working on it right now.
On what?
But on if Zach Hyman's game was the first time ever that game happened, because I think it was.
You love the stats.
Okay, so say this again. Okay, so 88 players have been +5 since 1960. Okay, so that's the +5. But did any of those guys have 10 hits? Right? Did any of them have 2 goals?
Hits didn't start.
I don't think. I bet you nobody's ever had that game that he had last night.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hits are a relatively new stat that I think we're only 20 years into hits being recorded officially. So like on the record, he might be the only guy. Unless Verhaeghe had 10 hits, but I don't see him as being a guy that hits that much. I don't think
he would have had a guy who had 10 hits. So what can you say about Zach Hyman right now, buddy?
It's a dog.
It's incredible.
Playing like a dog. You need dogs to win.
Hit.
Do it.
Over and over and over again. Yeah. I mean, it's remarkable stuff, man. How can you not be a fan of that guy? How can you not want that guy to win a Stanley Cup? Like, Zach Hyman is doing everything that
he's a good guy.
Big U pointed out. What do you have? 56 hits in the regular season. He has 109 in the playoffs.
But he's legitimately hitting everything.
Yes. It's amazing. Like, even if everybody else isn't doing it all the time, Zach Hyman is doing it every single time. Pro-Am should be running out of Zach Hyman jerseys right now.
Cass was wearing a Zach Hyman t-shirt yesterday.
Zach was wearing a Zach Hyman t-shirt. So there's that. All right, keep the text messages rolling in here at 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. That is the numbers game. And one more on Zach Hyman, because Eden points this in. Says, guys, the X account for Big Head Hockey had some fun stats on Hyman and McDavid yesterday.
Oh.
I think I retweeted one of them. It was the number of playoff goals for Hyman compared to Matthews, Marner, and Nylander since he left.
Okay.
Here it is. Playoff goals since 2022. Zach Hyman, 35. Nylander, Matthews, and Marner combined 37.
That was a good signing. What's that tweet from that one guy? That Leafs guy, like worst contract ever or whatever it was.
The Hyman one?
Yeah.
Like letting him go?
Yeah, somebody signed or they tweeted worst contract ever.
When the Oilers sign him?
Yeah.
Is that still circulating around out there?
It should. I mean, that's one that's evergreen, to be honest with you. You pop it up any day of the week and it's like, oh yeah, that was a terrible tweet.
It's a tough look.
That's a bad one.
Anyway, Zach Hyman has been absolutely incredible so far for the Edmonton Oilers. Gets on the score sheet a couple times yesterday as well. Chris Knobloch is speaking right now. Pickard is good possibility to back up tomorrow. Connor Brown will not be available for Game 4. So that'll be your spicy headlines for Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen. And tomorrow we will be at Popeyes on 170th. They are doing a Ben Stelter Day. And all of the net proceeds from all of the Popeyes locations tomorrow will be going to the Ben Stelter Foundation. Would be Ben's birthday tomorrow. So we will be set up from 6 in the morning all the way up until we send it to Tommy at Ice House for the pregame show. We'll be at the Popeyes on 170th, but it's not just that location. So if you have Popeyes in your neighborhood, swing on by there, get some Popeyes tomorrow, knowing that all the net proceeds from the day are going to, and we're not talking from like one sandwich. It's
everything.
It's everything.
Yeah.
Everything from Popeyes tomorrow is going to the Ben Stelter Foundation, which is awesome. I think Furby's going to be on CTV tomorrow morning, and then he's going to pop by our location. So maybe we'll slide him in with you guys on the Hangout for a little bit if he's not.
Well, I won't be on the Hangout.
Put
him on there.
So
So the answer is yes, put him on there.
Yeah, he'll be able to pop in probably a little bit.
Yeah.
So anyway, spicy headlines. Connor Brown not going to be available for Game 4. This is an easy fix, all right? Arvidsson just slides right into his spot.
Do not even bring up Jeff Skinner, please.
Play him where Arvidsson played with Kane and Henrique, and that's it.
Just go do it. Do it. Maybe not to the same effect as Connor Brown.
Probably sounds like what logical, like the coach would do too, eh?
I would imagine.
There's no reason to mess with the other three lines. I don't
think so. They were very effective yesterday, so yeah, I would just put a very motivated and rested Victor Arvidsson in Connor Brown's spot. You're going to get a bit of a different game, but there are some similar elements. Buzzsaw, skate fast, aggressive on the forecheck. Do that. I'd say Connor Brown is better with the puck than Victor Arvidsson, but you have a steady hand in Victor Arvidsson. Just
veteran guy, playoff experience.
Yes.
You can slot him in there.
Yeah.
And then hopefully Connor Brown's not out too long. But no Connor Brown for Game 4. Matias Ekholm spoke today. The one quote from him, I think it's going to be soon, whether it's tomorrow or the next game or whatever it is. I'm happy with my body and the way I feel. I'm really excited about where the team's at and how they are playing. That was Ekholm on his potential return to the lineup. They don't go 11-7 tomorrow, right?
I don't think they need to.
So when do you get Ekholm back in here?
I don't know.
Were you guys talking about that on the Hangout too?
A little bit.
Nurse and Stetcher have not allowed a goal against yet, right?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like,
do you take Wallman out for him?
No.
He's
Wallman's been playing great.
Yeah. And you're not taking Kulak out, I don't think, right
Absolutely not. Kulak was excellent last night.
So then you break up Nurse and Stetcher. Like Stetcher's the guy who would come out when Ekholm gets back in. But when do you decide to do that?
I think when you lose your next game.
Okay, so after a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean if this team wins out the rest of the way, you would leave the lineup the same.
I don't know why anybody would even want to take out Jake Wallman. He's been very good. The one thing we have seen is after losses they change the lineup.
Yeah. Not all the time, but...
And I honestly, I swear by this, I don't know what you're getting in Matias Ekholm. Like, I don't know how healthy he is. There are people saying he shouldn't play the rest of the season. Just start focusing about next year. But if he feels like his body's there and the doctors can support that, okay. I mean, they did have that in April, and on April 11th, he played a minute 30 and fell down twice, and we didn't see him since. So I always have reservation about it, but
I wouldn't touch this blue line right now. Like you don't have Connor Brown, so there's this opportunity maybe where you do go 11-7.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wouldn't touch I wouldn't touch those three pairs right now.
Yeah.
And then, oh, darn, he just gets more rest for the next series or later in this series or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you want to chime in on the 780-218-9999, some of the headlines for today. Ekholm obviously saying he's close. How and when would you try to slide him back in there? 780-218-9999. Also, Brad from Crossfield asks, Dusty, is it just Popeyes in Edmonton, fellas? I can tell you it is the 2 locations in Red Deer as well. So Red Deer North is what I'm pretty sure. We can confirm that with Furby tomorrow. But yeah, Furby has like all those ones. There's 2 of them down there. There's one right off of Gasoline Alley, then another one I think in the north part of Red Deer.
Gasoline Alley, man. Furby, do you have a PJ yet? We'd like to go on a trip with you.
Oh man, wouldn't that be good?
Mm-hmm.
He has
Belsey just went on a PJ trip.
Is that why it wasn't a Hello Hockey Saturday?
That's correct. Yeah, he texted.
Where did they go?
Florida.
Jeez.
Oh yeah. He was kissing the porcelain.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, throne.
What a mess.
Yeah, he was in bad shape.
Jeez Louise.
He's like, I'm going to try to come on today. I'm like, just don't. Yeah. Please don't. You're fine. Rest up.
Some people need to just become an adult at some points, I guess.
He's a man. He's 40.
That's a tough one.
Andrew E. via the nasty chat says, editor in Leaf, his tweet.
Is that the one that did the...
Yes.
Horrible contract that you always just give Hyman?
Quote, except that you are forgetting one thing. The Hyman contract is one of the worst contracts in the NHL, possibly in NHL history. Unquote. Editor in Leaf. May 27th, 2022.
Man. Talk about your all-time bad take.
Yeah.
Jeez. Colin the Amishman says, Zach Hyman said, hey, I might not be scoring like last year, but I can at least be as physical as possible. And he's maybe making an even bigger impact than he did last year for this team right now. The Gourdfather says, Klingberg's been great, but he's the one that comes out for me. Malman and Kulak, Nurse and Stetcher. And if Ekholm is close, he plays. He's at worst their second best D they have all round. So Nurse, Stetcher, Wallman, Kulak, and then Ekholm gets back with Bush, and Wallman and Kulak play together, and either one of those guys slide over, play the right side. I
just wait till you lose.
I sure like the. Yeah, I 100% agree with you.
Yeah,
I do. I'm fully on board with that as well. Definitely, I would not change his lineup in any way until there's a loss.
Is that they've done that before. They stick with the same lineup till they lose. They did that after the 6-game winning streak. That's kind of why I said that. So thank you. Yeah.
20 likes away from hitting 100 here on the oil stream today. The fun continues. EST afternoons. Hernan, you're singing today, right? Oh, probably.
No?
He might be singing later today. We'll have to see.
He's very good.
He's an excellent singer.
He's very good.
And everybody loves it. They sing lots of songs on their show to start the show.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what they do today. But EST afternoons from 1 until 3, and then of course Smash It Reed Wilkins show 3 until 6 today.
And Jay's back.
Jay is back. Good. I've got a CFL fantasy draft tonight. Big one, 16 rounder.
Mm-hmm.
I got to prep for that. It's really tough to prep for a CFL fantasy draft.
That's where you have to do homework.
Deep. Like, we're gonna be drafting 100 players tonight.
Oh man.
So that's like 10 offensive players from each team.
I watched CFL preseason on Sunday.
Did you watch? Yeah, I watched
most of the Elks game. I watched some of the earlier.
Did you watch some of the Elks game too?
Yeah, but like I watched the first quarter. I was a little bit behind. I love how they put CFL Plus on YouTube for the weekend. That was awesome. Yeah, there were a few people that were texting in to the hangout saying, what does this Elks loss tell us about the team? 0. Like the guys that dressed, I know the Stamps had 80 plus guys in uniform. The Elks must have had 60 to 70.
I mean, prepping for a CFL preseason game is the worst thing I've ever had to do in my broadcasting career. I honestly, I mean that.
Because you have multiple guys wearing the same
80
number.
80 dudes, guys have the same number. None of these guys have ever played before. Like, I would say, depending on the roster, depending on the teams, some of them will mix in some starters very briefly.
Yeah.
But at minimum, 80% of the guys have never played before. probably won't play again.
Yep.
And I have to sit there and go to like the player page. And most of them don't even have a player page on like CFL.ca because they're only going to be there for camp. So I'm searching out their college player profiles for 160 guys for a preseason game that nobody's even going to watch or care about anyway. So,
that's when a lot of stories come out on the broadcast.
Oh man,
they're just doing story time.
How was your summer?
Yeah,
yeah. It's just those are tough ones to do. Luckily, I didn't get scheduled for a preseason game this year, so thanks.
I looked at the schedule. You're in Montreal for the first week.
Yeah, I am. I'm out east a little bit this year. It should be good for like the building up of travel points and stuff.
Oh, but, you're point hoarding. That's good.
Yeah, well,
I'm working with Rod
try
Smith
to do what I
week
can.
1.
Not bad.
I'm intimidated.
Not bad. Oh, don't worry about him, buddy.
He seems like such a nice guy, but I've never met him.
Well, you will meet him. And he's
and Dwayne Ford.
He's that'll be a fun one.
I'm working with Dwayne as well.
No,
I'm very excited.
That'll be a fun one for you.
Thank you.
All right, 780-218-9999. I want to get to this one.
I will kind of miss you. I'm not gonna lie. I'll kind of be like,
I'll see you down the road, my man.
Lost kid, like Daddy.
Yeah, because you've only done games with me. Colin.
Only you.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Tommy? Give me your hand here. You're going to be just fine, young man. Go off on your own and continue to develop your career. I'm so proud of you. I'm going to have that chat with Marshall.
Thank you.
And he's probably sitting right here in about 10 years.
Wow, when
Marshall,
he's the boss,
go off on your career as well.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Nizam says, hey, boys, who would have thought that we'd be having a conversation about holding Ekholm out of the lineup, even though he may be ready? It just tells you how well they are playing.
Good text.
I would have never thought that in a million years. That's because they had Josh Brown play game 1. But.
Yeah, I saw him last night in the press box. I was like, oh, yeah, you played. I guess.
Just trying to get everybody in the mix for a ring. Is that kind of how that works?
I heard he bought a house here, so I guess. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Noah Philp was up there too. You know, he played at U of A.
Who did?
Noah Philp.
No, Derek Ryan played at U of A.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah. My bad.
you always make the major mistakes with those guys. Yeah.
Jeez.
Guys, I just watched that Ekholm presser. I know the boys will have more on this Ekholm stuff. He said he's ready to go next game. Body feels good. Up to others if they put him in. He said his body. Well, here.
You gonna run it?
Well, maybe. Hey, boys. Ansel, you come turn up my computer. I'm just gonna play a bit of Ekholm here, just audio.
Let's hear it.
I'll play a little bit of Ekholm.
Are you warming up your voice? No.
Oh, I don't even. I never. You know what? Is the cable there? Is that blue cable kicking around down there? Maybe I'll plug that bad boy in. There we go. Yeah, you're gonna sing today, hey Nansel? No. So you're only gonna sing maybe twice the whole rest of the way.
Rude.
Man, that's disappointing.
That is very disappointing.
All right, let's see here. Here's Ekholm today.
I mean, I like I said, I feel really good. Whether I think it's imminent, I think it's going to be soon at least, and whether it's tomorrow or the next game or whatever it is, I'm happy with my body. I'm happy the way I feel, and really excited about where the team's at and how they're playing. So, yeah, excitement.
The fact that the team is leaning 2-1, is it giving you maybe the luxury of being more patient?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if we were down 3-0, it would have been a different situation. So I think so. It does a little bit, but at the same time, when I'm healthy, I obviously want to get back, and it's not just to go back either. Like you probably need a couple of shifts or so to feel calm and whatnot. So it's obviously a little bit of a balance. It's not that I can sit here and wait for a clinching game in the Stanley Cup final, per se, or in the series to just jump in and be great. Like, it's going to be a process. So it's a bit of a balance of feeling good, giving it time, but also knowing that time is maybe not of the essence at this point. So.
You spoke the other day about how well the defense is playing without you. So whenever you do come in, how do you not screw this up?
Yeah, valid point. You look at Stetcher right now. He's playing unbelievable. John and all these guys have come in and they play really well. Stu obviously plays well too, so we'll add that extra pressure, obviously. But at the same time, I mean, I knew that my injury wasn't going to be second round at all. I knew at the very, very, very earliest it was third round. And if you're in the third round, your team's not playing bad. There's nobody that's a passenger at that point. So that's nothing that is surprising to me. I'm more happy that the D-Corps has played really well and have been throughout the whole playoffs. And when and if it's not my decision at the end of the day, it's obviously the coach and the management. But if I do come in, it's just a matter of keeping it simple and trying to fit in. I mean, I've played with these guys for a bit, so I do not worry too much about that. But guys have been playing great, and I'm really happy to see how D-Corps has handled everything so far.
What's your game? Would you be able to accept kind of a lesser role, or when you're in, do you want to kind of be, at your top and take the type of responsibilities and minutes that you're typically taking?
Well, that's also a question for the coaches, really. If you ask my head, then yes, absolutely, I'd want to be back where I usually am, but my body might have a different say of that, or at least there will be some sort of a feeling process. But it's just the playoffs. It's the third round. It's going to be high-stakes games wherever you are. It doesn't really matter if you do a game 4, 5, 6, 7. Like every game is huge. So for me, I'm just trying to look at doing my part of getting healthy, and then obviously the team's done their part. So at that, that's been awesome, and that's kind of where my mindset at. Tough.
All right, so there you go. There's that is Matias Ekholm. Obviously in good spirits. Thinking
Very
that,
chipper.
He'll be good to go.
She looks like she could kill all of us, by the way.
Yeah,
That's why she has
won
a
a
big
title
belt.
over the weekend.
Yeah.
All right, 780-218-9999. Should we hear a little bit from Pickard as well?
Yeah, we should.
All right, let's hear what Pickard had to say.
Unreal. Felt like my first day in the league. It's tough being away from the team. Obviously, we're doing well. It's been great to watch. Skins has been doing a hell of a job too. I'm happy for him. Providing unreal goaltending, and it's been really good. So happy to be back with the guys, and looking forward to tomorrow.
We assumed that it was that hurdle collision that may have caused a lower body injury. You played that game, and then maybe take us through the next day or two, and you're like, wait a minute here, maybe something didn't quite.
Yeah, I knew right away when it happened. It wasn't great. Obviously, it was an awkward collision. You guys probably all saw it, but I was running on straight adrenaline there for the rest of the game. Obviously, a big win, and for the next, I think, 36 hours till that next morning skate before Game 3, I tried to fool my brain into being okay, and I came out. I think it was Thursday morning before Game 3, and tried to skate, but it was not good. And but credit to our medical staff, had me dialed in, and when it first happened, I didn't think I was going to be back this fast, for sure.
You were on the road when it happened. Is it frustrating?
For sure. Obviously, you want to be in the cage there, being up 2-0 against Vegas. But these things happen. It was kind of a freak play, and I'm just glad I'm back now.
Will you be able to back up tomorrow? Will you be able to?
I hope so. Yeah, for sure.
Viewing of the games recently, do you kind of feel a growing sense of synergy and cohesion with this group, perhaps at a level that we haven't seen?
Yeah. I feel like every time we had adversity, obviously the first game we were in complete control, and it kind of slipped away from us, but we didn't dwell on it. And obviously, you can kind of let that bleed into the next game, and you're in a bigger hole. But it's been awesome to watch. Obviously, Game 2 is a big game for us, and then we come back home and pile a few goals in there yesterday. So we got to key in on tomorrow and take a stranglehold of the series.
All right, so there you go. There's Pickard. Looks like he's going to be ready to go. Hopes to be backing up tomorrow, which is a nice transition for us to get into the Stuart Skinner conversation. We haven't even really talked about how great he was. Yeah. Second period, he was tremendous, awesome the entire game. Now what is it? 3 shutouts and then a first star and a 971 in the last 5 games for Stuart Skinner. Now you're getting into Stuart Skinner's window here of games 4 to 7, where he really cranks it up a notch. Somebody asked us this morning, I was like, what happens when Dallas series Stuart Skinner merges with games 4 to 7, Stuart Skinner. And the only thing we could come up with is that he's going to score a goal in game 4 on an empty net, to which I said, somebody will still message in and go, yeah, but it wasn't in the center of the net. It was just inside the post.
Caught the post.
So it wasn't that good a goalie goal.
Good point.
But what would it take from Skinner for Pickard to get the net back, do you think?
Getting his ass beat, like, badly.
One game?
Yeah.
So just
shellacked,
torched one game?
where he's whiffing on everything.
Yeah.
And he's not in that situation right now. So
yeah,
I think we're back to normal Oilers
kind of back
mode.
to regular how you would handle it.
And that's just fine.
For these two guys, I think.
Incredible to be in this position.
Yeah, your one goalie's probably on the best 5-game goaltending stretch in franchise playoff history.
And then he's holding
the other
back
guy's
a guy
6-0.
that's won 6 in a row.
Yeah. So
wild.
There's
Stu, by the way, tied Andy Moog for franchise wins in the playoffs last night.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he's one back of Billy Ranford for second all time. Grant Fuhrer is like way ahead of everybody. Grant Fuhrer has 74, Ranford 25, Stu and Moog 24, and then I think Cujo is.
No, he'd have to be probably next to that
behind
list.
him.
Yeah.
And Cujo did have 3 shutouts in a series, so him and Stu have that together. And then
you hear our Skinner songs this morning?
I did actually. I really like.
They're pretty catchy, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, both of them. I don't know which one I like more. There's like the '80s workout version, and then just sort of like the dance version.
If
you missed those,
you're a poet, you know.
Well, writing lyrics isn't that tough. It's the AI machine that does all the musical work, which is.
I'll be honest with you, it's kind of scary what AI can do.
Yeah, you think? I know. And I don't even think I know more than 10% of what AI can do. You know, like, oh, cool, and it can make songs for us and do this, like Chat GPT and stuff, but it's got to be so far beyond that.
I refuse to connect to Chat GPT.
They just released a new AI, actually.
Okay.
Meta did, right? Gemini or whatever they have.
I have no idea what this is about.
They can
you
generate
just said
full
jargon
videos.
to me.
Like they can generate full infomercials. There was one like.
Can they
to cure
generate?
sadness
Can they
or something.
generate a cartoon about items in a liquor store when it closes at night?
Yes,
And-
probably.
Okay, good. Well, then I got to
I
find
think
that
so.
because
They
I
can
want
do
to.
like full Minecraft or Fortnite Let's Plays with fake video. Like
I don't even know what Let's Plays is.
Yeah, what is that?
That's where they play the game and the guy has the video on their screen, like of their face. Right? They can generate that using AI now. Yeah, it's
that
scary.
doesn't
It's scary,
sound
boys.
good.
I'd still but what I
Very
said
scary.
right over my head.
Yeah, what Zach just said in the last minute and
Go
a
ahead,
half
Glue Guy.
doesn't make
What's Glue
sense.
Guy got here?
Okay, so NHL got back to me.
Okay.
Nice.
They've only tracked hits since 05-06, but
Yes.
Hyman is the only player over that span to record 10-plus hits and have a +5 rating in a single playoff game.
So there is. I was right. Like, and then you mix in his 2 goals and So Hyman, good work, Glue Guy.
I like how
So
you're
there
on
we
a
have
first
it.
name basis with the NHL people.
Yeah. Zach
should.
Zach Hyman is the first player ever to go +5 and 10 hits in a game. Not too shabby.
Pretty good.
This text is in, no handle on it, just signed it as unknown. Boys, it's time to put in Ekholm 11-7. Limited minutes for him to allow him to ease it in. If he has any issues, you still have your 6D. This is the best situation for the team. Eventually, Stetcher's game will drop off. Difference between everyday players and players who roll in and out. So this guy is saying now is the time. Get Ekholm in there. Go 11-7. I think I heard Maddie say on the hangout with you earlier, Tommy, that if you do get Ekholm in there at some point, it should be 11-7, just in case something gives once he's out there pushing at a playoff pace, and then you don't have to get stuck with 5 D-men for the rest of the game. I also like the way they roll their 4 lines, though. And
I understand.
11-7 means just more McDavid, more Draisaitl or something.
I don't have an answer. Sure. Keep going. As long as they keep winning, whatever works. If that is going to be the key to success, and that's the way you want to roll it out and ease him back in.
Desker says,
fantastic.
Nobody likes playing 11-7 besides Woodcroft, and he's unemployed. So
yeah,
we've seen Knobloch dabble in 11-7.
Well,
not
Dallas,
as much as Woody, but
Dallas went 11-7 as well when they got Heiskanen back in against.
They did.
Like it's not that foreign, but yeah, you're right. Woodcroft had to. They were kind of in a jam. That's I was watching highlights from the 22 playoffs, and I saw Kyler Yamamoto. I was like, oh, yeah. Guys like that aren't on the team anymore. Nothing against Yamo, but now they have big jackasses that are donkeys on the ice and are hard to move and work just as hard as Yamo did, which is good.
EMG says 11-7 is not ideal, but a good option if something happens to Ekholm. Playoff hockey is different. I get it, but
11-7 I always think of 11-7 as just like a temporary one-off.
Well, and that's what they would do to try to get Ekholm in, see how he holds up. But the bottom line is, with Ekholm coming in off injury at any point, there's going to be the threat of that possibly popping out. It's not like he's coming back 100% here, folks. He's going to be coming back. He's going to be playing through it. There's a fear of you could lose him at any point, maybe.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful there. Troll says, Dusty, what Zach just said is Skynet is real and humans are effed.
I thought of Skynet, to be honest. I was like, I will not chat GPT anything ever. Because in Reed's chat GPT, Matthew Iwanek is the heavyweight boxing champion of the world.
Yeah, Reed can do anything he wants in there. Yeah.
Yeah. We actually have a boxing champion in studio, in-house here.
Alexis Kubicki dropping by with the championship belt.
Dude, and Shiners, too. Like,
looks like she got popped, yeah?
Yeah. But, like, strutting like
she does look tough, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with her.
Like, yeah.
I kind of want her to pick up Hernan and just, like, bench press him right now.
All right. 780-218-9999. Koob, what's coming up on EST Afternoons, buddy? What's the plan here?
Well, we got lots of Oilers talk, of course. Hernan and Gager will spend some time recapping games 2 and 3, and then we'll talk a bit of racing. Talk some IndyCar F1 race that went down, some NASCAR, and then the Elks, of course, had a preseason game against the Stampeders. We'll touch on that as well for a fun show overall.
All right, that'll be coming up here from 1 until 3, and then the Reed Wilkins show today from 3 until 6. You do not need to go anywhere, and if you have a bunch of Oilers questions that we didn't have time for here on the Oil Stream today, just keep those coming in here. I know there's a bunch locked and loaded that Hernan and Gager can get to as well. If you're watching over on YouTube today, smash that thumbs up before you leave.
How festive does Joaquin look right now?
I didn't really see him when he came in.
Look at him.
Oh, yeah, he got the shorts on.
Yeah. Flip-flops.
Wearing a T-shirt.
You look very festive today. Yeah.
He's wearing sandals. Mm-hmm. Looking good, Gager.
You let
as
those
always.
Little babies fly.
Those boys are locked and loaded, ready to go. Mm-hmm. Right here, following up on Edmonton Sports Talk, EST, obviously presented to you by our partners over at Play Alberta. Download that app if you haven't already. And tomorrow, make plans to hit up a Popeyes location, Ben Stelter Day. Net proceeds from our partners over at Popeyes from all of the locations in the area will be going to the Ben Stelter Foundation tomorrow. We will be live all day from the Popeyes location on 170th, just like I've always wanted to do. An entire day of shows at Popeyes.
You're going to be snacking.
People say dreams don't come true, eh? For Tom Gazzola, I am Dustin Nielson. Oilers, full control of this bad boy, aren't they? Have a good day. Take it easy.